Call to order the Thursday, July 9th, 2026, Town of Sylva Board of Commissioners meeting. Thank everybody for being here, braving the heat to come out and take place at all things Sylva. The first item on our agenda is to approve the agenda, approval of our agenda. To approve the agenda, all in favor, and say aye. Agenda is approved. Second item on our agenda is approval of the consent agenda. Make a motion. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. Aye. Did anyone sign up for public comment? No one signed up for public comment. That moves us on to reports, starting with the mayor's report. I'll just quickly say that my family and I were in town for July 4th celebration, which of course was a particularly special one. And we were there for just a couple hours, but it was fantastic. Everyone seemed to be having a good time. I didn't see anything besides smiles, laughter. There may be conflicting information from that I don't know about, but it was a really special thing. It was crowded, but not to a point where it seemed uncomfortable to me. It was just a lot of people, but everything seemed to be flowing well. As far as people moving around, and I know that takes a lot of effort from our people, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you all. Sam.
Yeah, thank you. I'd also like to thank everybody involved in the planning and the logistics and keeping everybody safe over the holiday weekend. Yeah, I heard the same thing. It's always special to 4th of July celebration, everybody downtown. I do have two updates. One from the Historic Preservation Commission meeting I attended, and the Pinnacle Park Committee that I attended. I attended the June 16th Historic Preservation Commission. This is my first meeting since I was brought on board. I was given the oath of office. They really brought me up to speed, especially coming up as Mountain Heritage Day. We're already trying to plan ideas for that. We're thinking potentially a scavenger hunt, and not only for Sylva, but for communities across Jackson County. And
will be clear,
and architecture. Ways we could celebrate our history here in Jackson County. So that's going to be ongoing. I'll give updates on that. On Monday, the 6th, I attended the Pinnacle Park Committee. They also brought me up to speed on the plans and their goals for the future. Just looking forward to helping out on that committee as well. Okay. Evening, everybody. I just hope everybody had a good last and happy to see you.
That brings us to our manager's report. Paige.
Good evening. Staff have been busy the last few weeks closing out one fiscal year and starting the next. So June is always filled with grant reports and project closeouts. Then July, the new budget year, is busy with purchases and contracts and annual reports. So very busy the next few weeks for administration this time of year. The Southwestern Commission annual dinner invitations, some of them are in your mailboxes. Some were delivered to your actual residence. So please note to RSVP to that by July the 13th. employment updates, Detective Chris Cobb has taken a position in Florida with their equivalent of the SBI. So both Detective Cobb and his wife will be close to their family there. And Officer Katie Roberts has been promoted to detective and will begin as detective today. So we currently still have 3 patrol officer vacancies and a temporary seasonal maintenance position in Public Works. FEMA is, for the Scotts Creek Wall update, is requiring a phase 1 archaeological survey for the Scotts Creek Wall project due to the amount of ground disturbance. The State Historic Preservation Office issued a letter in February stating that they didn't have concerns with it or in the area. So you'd hope to avoid this step. But we've got to check this box off of FEMA to move on to the next step. So we signed an amended contract with JMT that was already doing the engineering on the project. And the cost of that study is $12,500. That's the fastest way to expedite the project and get over this hurdle, which is disappointing, but that's where we are. So FEMA will reimburse the cost of the study once we get it into the queue and approved. And the next step on our part of grant for Pinnacle Park is to issue an RFQ for a design build team to build the trails and other site amenities. So we will publish that soon and hopefully get that on the website and to advertise and get proposals by August the 31st. That's all I have.
Do we know what effect that surprise study will have on the timeline? I mean, that sounds kind of early. I'm just curious if that something they expect to take week, month, year.
Okay, so the archaeologist from JMT is going to come out and do her field work early next week. And they anticipate it would take 2 weeks to complete the report. And FEMA said it should take a month for them to review.
Sounded good till right there at the end. Just an observation. Thank you, Paige.
Thanks, Paige.
All right, that brings us to new business. First item under new business is presenting the Firefighter of the Year award. This is an award that I understand to be given by our firefighters themselves, essentially voted on, Mike, and decided, which I think is a great way to do that. Our Firefighter of the Year for 2026 for the Sylva Fire Department is Belinda Clausen. We take a picture with you if you'd like. Okay.
We need to fix these blinds.
Oh, yeah, the old back bar.
Sorry, it'll be a terrible picture of it. That's much better, thank you. I'm gonna take 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Good, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, we get the department in.
Yeah, that was great.
What do the department instead of us?
Yeah.
We'll be behind.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to set it to them? All right.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, being here.
Yeah.
Scooch.
Love each other.
Okay, I can, Abby, move a little bit closer, please. Okay.
Dan.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay. The next item on our agenda is proposed ordinance amendment. Chapter 24:6, unreasonable, loud, or disturbing sound levels. Hey, do you want to give us an overview on this?
Yes, so several, we had a majority of the board express interest to me at different times about ordinance regulating data centers. And a lot of towns are doing those through moratoriums, but they've got larger industrial districts or their jurisdiction is close to an interstate with large parcels. So looking at this, Eric's suggestion was to do it as in the noise ordinance. Because that we know we can regulate right now, whereas downzoning is difficult with the constraints that we have, which is why others are going through the moratorium process. So it was a fast way to do it, and regulating it by noise and distance accomplishes the same goals as doing it through the land use ordinance.
Okay. Is it believed to be essentially a moratorium because is that?
Ours is not.
It's not.
Ours are perfectly legal if they will comply with the ordinance,
Right, which
basically means that they can't operate between after, what is it? They can't operate between, they're limited to operating between 7 in the morning and 7 at night. And that pretty much.
that's not how data centers
They
operate.
just can't.
That's not how data centers operate. They can't turn off for.
That's not our problem.
I know, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody's gonna operate a data center in the town limits for the paying town taxes on all that equipment. And then municipality where people are upset and they can only operate it 12 hours a day because that's not how it works.
Got it.
Whether or not they're perfectly legal, we wouldn't discriminate.
Of course, yeah. Other discussion, questions? For Eric, probably.
I asked Paige this, had a question about this as well, but happens at the state legislature, federal policies, does it trump our?
Well, ours is a noise ordinance, and so we do have the authority to regulate noise. And that is an authority that has been given to us. So if the state comes in, I mean, looking in a crystal ball as to how they would do it, but if they did, even if most land use ordinances are under chapter 160D of the North Carolina General Statutes, we have the power, apparently through the state, to regulate noise. So that's all we're doing. And they can't say that we're discriminating against them because they are allowed. It's just you have to comply with our standards. And so that I think that unless they also did something to say, take away our authority to regulate unreasonably loud noises, I don't know how they could affect that. That's the way we've done.
I know that's a concern for other communities with some of the moratoriums. Okay.
So the actual verbiage, has everybody reviewed that?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there a motion? We need a motion and a vote. The motion to approve the addition of 24-6 Reasonably loud or disturbing sound levels. Number 8 would be the addition. I could read it, but everybody's already read it. Is there a motion to approve that? Motions to approve it. All in favor again, say aye. Aye. Carries. And we are moving on to new business. Personnel policy update.
Yes, so the town of Sylva tries to stick to a 5-year cycle to do a salary study and pay plan. So as part of that, each cycle, the personnel policy is reviewed. So the MAPS group presented this to the board on May the 26th, along with the pay plan. There are not any substantial changes here. It addresses minor public employment legislative requirements, but everything else is consistent with the personnel policy that we had before.
Okay.
So this does need board adoption.
This does need board adoption. Is there a motion to approve the personnel policy update? So moved. Joe moved to adopt the personnel policy update. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. Aye. That passes as well. The next item on our agenda is a special event permit request for alcohol service by the Center for Domestic Peace.
This is a request to serve alcohol September the 12th at the CDP Blue Ridge Peace Festival. Innovation and Lazy Hiker are on the application as the beer vendors. This needs board approval because it's an event on public property.
The Bridge Park.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the special event permit request? Moved. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. Aye. Carries as well.
No, just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
The next item on our agenda is to go into closed session pursuant to GS 143-318 to A6 personnel. Your motion to go into closed session. Moved. All in favor, raise your hand and say aye. And we're in